Okay, so today I'm going to tell you some of my favorite strategies for you to be successful on your junior capstone project. Shout out to Hemingway Library for allowing me to modify their PowerPoint. So the first thing you want to do is to brainstorm your topic I do want to emphasize choose a topic you're interested in because you'll be dealing with this project for all of the semester but also a semester next year. So, believe me, choose something you care about, and you can do some preliminary research to see kind of what's out there. That's where the general resources tab can be helpful for that purpose. So when you figure out what you want to do, you have your main question, what programs are successful in solving teen pregnancy issues, but then there's also questions that you need to answer to get to the point of answering your main question. So it could be like, well, what are the statistics on teen pregnancy? Why do teens get pregnant in the first place? And so this is always developing. You're always at more questions are coming up as you're doing your research. So this is an ongoing process. Now this is really important. There's one thing I absolutely have to tell you. Never, ever in Google or in a library database, never type of question. I know you've done it. Maybe you came up with a good source. But when you are doing academic searching, that is a way to get terrible sources. You get wiki answers, you get answers at Yahoo, and those of course are not answered by authoritative sources. So you want to make a list of synonyms that you're going to search for. You want to pick keywords. So teen pregnancy, but also adolescent pregnancy, teenage pregnancy, more develop as you start researching. So you want to have that list of synonyms. So general research, that's where you have your general resources tab on the LibGuide. So I'm going to show you here's the LibGuide, and so you can find everything here. Here's your general resources tab. So you'll use the general research tab and our JSOR tab to do your research, and make sure you apply the CRAP test, which you already saw a video on, before you decide to use a source. The most common mistake here is students not keeping up with their notes, and they don't know what source the notes came from, and to write the paper you have to know the source. Okay, so that's really important. So next thing, we're going to talk about some search techniques, and you want to use some of your advanced searching, and a lot of times y'all don't know this sort of stuff. So there's 6 general hints I have, and you can see I'm going to go through those. First hint, biggest hit, quotation marks. When you don't put quotation marks around something, then it's searching for any website that has those 2 terms anywhere on the page. But when you put quotation marks in it, it searches for that whole phrase together. And so you get a lot more accurate results. And you can kind of see here the difference in results here when I look for it in quotation marks and when I don't. This isn't a database search, so it goes to where for that too. Minus symbol, sometimes you're looking for something and you're getting a lot of results that are not appropriate. So in this case, you can use the minus sign, and that takes a term out. So laser surgery minus LASIK. Okay, here's a big one, advanced search screen. Databases have it, Google has it. It's a little hard to find, so let me show you how to find it. Okay, to find, you actually have to do a Google search, and then you go over here to options and you go to advanced search, and this is where your advanced search is, and there's a lot of different things you can do on here. You can change the format where you look for things that are a document or a PowerPoint. You can see when it was last updated if you want to get something that's really recent. You can search for things that are in English. So this is a really helpful thing to know. So you can just kind of see here kind of what that looks like and some of the specific things. So my favorite ones is I will look for a specific file type, and you can type this in. This is a shortcut. You can type it in Google. I'll look for results from a specific site. You can do that by typing in the word site colon and whatever site you're looking at. And then if you'll check out the slideshow in the LibGuide, you can see that. So definitely I do a lot of domain searches. Some domains are better than others. Gov.edus tend to be more reliable, not 100%, still have to do crop testing, but definitely more reliable. So these are some of the most common domains. And the other hint I have to give you is to be very specific. And so instead of just looking for tattoo removal in Google, notice I will also look for blue ink, both of those in quotation marks, to give me the best results. Okay, and then this is a godsend. Okay, if you hit Control F on a website, then you type in the specific term. Let me show you what that looks like. Okay, I hit Control F and you'll notice that a little box comes up. I type in birth rate and search for it, or whatever it is, pregnancy, whatever, then, it's going to show up, and it's going to show up in a certain color. So that's really, really helpful. These search strategies work no matter if you're using Google or you're using a database. You can still use your quotation marks. A lot of times you can use your minus, you use advanced search, and they're all to help you get your results quickly and efficiently where you're not frustrated. That's all. Any questions? Contact Mrs. Smithfield. You know how to reach me.